Joe Rogan, who all MMA fans know is a commentator in the UFC, made it clear on his recent podcast while he was having a discussion with Boss Rutan that he's not a big fan of CM Punk, and he thinks Punk should have made his mixed martial arts debut outside of the UFC, stating, quote, "I don't know what's going to happen with this guy. I don't understand the whole thing. Well, I also think it's ridiculous for him to fight in the UFC. I think he should fight in a small organization. Take a fight in a small organization. Build yourself up. I've always said that, and that's what should have happened with Brock Lesnar," unquote. Joe Rogan is very respected in the mixed martial arts community. He started working with the UFC back in 1997, where he was just interviewing fighters. Shortly thereafter, he became a mainstay as a color commentator for the promotion. He's very outspoken, and that's why MMA fans love him. To make it clear, Rogan does have a black belt in Taekwondo, and he got it at the age of 15. And maybe he feels the UFC bringing in CM Punk to fight is an insult maybe to him and a lot of fans. And a lot of fans online do feel the same way. CM Punk has been signed with the UFC since 2014. It's been 15 months, and he hasn't had one fight. A guy whose name he was tied with briefly, Mickey Gale, was ready to fight CM Punk before CM Punk, whose real name is Phil Brooks, pulled out of the fight right when it was announced because apparently he suffered an injury. WWE fans are still clamoring to see CM Punk back in the ring, and really don't care if he ever fights in the UFC. They will buy the pay-per-view, but he's losing a lot of steam staying inactive for such a long period of time. One thing to note though, what Joe Rogan said about Brock Lesnar, about building himself up in a small organization, Lesnar did do that. He defeated Min-Soo Kim at K1 Dynamite before he signed to the UFC. What will be interesting to see is whether CM Punk, who's very outspoken himself, will fire back at Joe Rogan's comments or just brush them off.